Hello, this is the HappyVanas Pokemon podcast with your hosts, Dan and Nick. We talk about everything Pokemon. Today we're going to talk about our top 10 Pokemon that we like. We put it in order, starting from 10 from our bottom of our list all the way up to our number one, and we'll go through all that. Nick is going to start off our first Pokemon that he has.
Oh yeah. So
So here we are.
my 10th Pokemon on my list is Garantina. Because Garantina, so he was one of the first legendary Pokemon that I saw. Cause in the movie he was in the first Pokemon movie that I saw back when I still watched the show when I was a wee lad.
Well, I could see that Garantina being a great Pokemon. It's cool looking drawing, and he's cool looking Pokemon overall.
Oh yeah.
I don't really find too much problem with that being a number 10. That's a good choice for number 10.
Yeah, he also has two forms. He has his weird, like, shadowy no legs form, and then he has his normal form.
Yeah, he's pretty devastating as a card, too. Right now, he's getting a lot of play as a Pokemon card, too. A lot of people like to play him. Um, right now, his card is playing Distortion Door, which everybody likes to play. It's basically when he's discarded, he gets.
Yeah, you could bring him back and drop 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon, which is kind of devastating in spread decks because he doesn't go away.
Right, but he does have a disadvantage. I mean, put 4 damage counters on one of your Pokemon.
Well, yeah, I mean, potato.
I guess that's kind of what happens. I guess.
I was also a fan when he blocked Greninja Break. That was always fun.
Oh, that's always a good one. So he's a good number 10.
Yeah, and I also played him in my Pokemon Black game, I want to say. It could be Black or Black 2. Either or. He was devastating. I grinded out the Elite Four with him because he was my only level 100.
Oh, well, that's a good reason to have him, huh?
Yeah. And he was I don't like his shiny form, though. He turns blue and yellow, and he kind of takes what was menacing about him and kind of turns him into a weird-looking thing.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, here's my number 10. It's Rayquaza. And I really like Rayquaza. I never got to play him as a EX or GX, but I think he does a lot of damage, and he's such a cool looking Pokemon. He's like a giant snake looking thing with claws, and just such a cool art. Um, he does have some good abilities. The GX has a bunch of different abilities. Um, when you play him, when you play him to the bench, you get to flip over the top 3 cards, and if there's an energy, you can put it on. You can take an energy from your discard and put it onto Rayquaza.
Yeah, he was meta at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he still gets in play a little bit. Uh, he's definitely one of the better Pokemon out there. That's why he makes my top 10. I like the shiny Rayquaza too. He's very cool looking. The dark black as opposed to the green Rayquaza.
Yeah, I like the shining Rayquaza more. Now, one of my problems with him is he has arms and he doesn't have legs. I get he can fly, but I just don't think he needs. I
He's
think,
more like a snake,
yeah, but
you know.
that, he's a sky snake.
I suppose. I suppose. He does play real good in expanded. So if that's something that people like to do, play expanded. I haven't really got much into expanded, but definitely something worth looking into.
Yeah, I haven't played much expanded either.
So, do you want me to go ahead with my number 9, or do you want to go right to your number 9?
Well, I figured we would alternate, right?
Sure, sounds great.
Alrighty. Let me get my number 9. Well, my
So,
number 9 is Magikarp.
Magikarp. Okay.
Yeah. So, I
Wasn't expecting the Magikarp to come out.
yeah, well, I really like his design and his whole thing. Like he's known as like he's like super weak, but then when he evolves, he's this amazing Pokemon, which I think is super cool. And I played a lot of the Gyarados deck online,
Right?
so that was always I enjoyed playing that. And online, not online, but in the game, he was actually one of my first shiny Pokemon that I caught. So that was super awesome too, because I got the golden Magikarp to get the red Gyarados.
The good old Magikarp with flail.
Yeah, the devastating flail.
Just flaps around on the ground.
Yeah, there's a video that I watched. I'm not sure who by, but he was like making this whole crazy theory that Magikarp can like jump over a mountain.
Number 9 for Magikarp, huh?
Yeah, number 9.
Wow. Wow, hit me. That's a real surprise for me. I wasn't expecting Magikarp to make it in there.
Yeah, I think Magikarp is a real cool Pokemon.
He's a fish.
Yeah, I know, but he has the mustache going on and the big beady eyes.
He's like a...
He's a fish. He's a carp. But
Yeah, he's like a... Yeah, he's a weird looking carp, yeah. So...
he's there
I mean,
for me.
but then again, he turns into a giant Gyarados, so
A sea serpent.
Yeah, he turns into a sea serpent. There's a lot of art of Magikarp though, so I don't think he's seeing a lot of play right now in regular Pokemon.
No, he's definitely not seeing a lot of play. I don't know any Gyarados decks. Gyarados,
Yeah.
You played Gyarados at one point, right?
Yeah, I was playing a little bit of Gyarados.
A cheap Gyarados.
Yeah, the cheap Gyarados deck where you just flip over energy, you know.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
that's what he did. I thought it was items, but no, it was energy.
No, it was energy. Every time you discarded an energy, or every time you flipped over an energy, you did damage. And then, yeah, I was playing that kind of Gyarados deck, but I don't really have anything to say more about Gyarados or Magikarp. I'm not in...
Oddly enough, Gyarados didn't make my list.
Yeah, well, you know, he can go on that honorable mention list at some point, because
sure.
we could always talk about some Pokemon that we like after that.
Yeah, always.
So, my number 9 is Machamp.
Oh, Machamp.
Yeah. The reason I have Machamp on the list is back in when I first started playing Pokemon, I played Machamp.
Well, I mean, he was pretty tough, like in like the original Machamp.
Yeah, the original Machamp was really quite tough, and I really like playing him a lot. Right now, he's not seeing a lot of play unless you're playing the tag team, and I still don't think that's getting a whole lot of play out of him.
Yeah, I don't know how good the tag team really is.
You know, so he's a pretty cool art because he's a big, muscular guy with 2 extra arms.
Yeah, I am a fan of that.
Which is really quite neat. He's a real neat looking Pokemon. You know, he other than that, you know, I used to play him base set, and then I used to play him in the dark Machamp, which was a lot tougher than base set Machamp. So I really like that too. Never really got into him with the EX or GX or any other type of Pokemon format, and like I said, I really like the way Machamp looks. He has like you know, the muscular build and kind of the frog face look thing. He's pretty neat looking.
Yeah, I was always a fan of Machamp because he has 4 arms, unlike very few Pokemon. And I also thought he was cool because I believe it was Pokemon Sun and Moon. I never played Ultra Sun and Moon, but he would carry you around. You could get him to carry you around, and I always thought that was hilarious, watching him carrying around your avatar with 2 arms while he pushes around big rocks with his other 2.
Right? That's one thing you can do. So
yeah.
So that's all I really got to say about Machamp.
Yeah.
Definitely cool looking Pokemon. I had a lot of fun playing him back in the day, but you know, not seeing play really in standard play. He's more just one that I like.
It'd be cool if they made a good Machamp.
Yeah, if they made a good Machamp so he can go back into standard, back into the standard rotation, so people will play him. That'd be great, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd like to see Machamp get some play. So my number 8 is similar to Machamp. It's Grapploct. Now he's a Generation 8 Pokemon. So at first I wasn't so sure about him, but then I thought of the idea of fighting Octopus is awesome because he also has the forearms, but he also has one of his tentacles like a belt, while he uses the other three to stand on. So I always thought an octopus with the 8 legs fighting is like super cool. Along with he's like super squishy and flexible, so he could get into like different places when he's fighting. I don't think he sees any like real play,
Right?
but he is a really cool looking Pokemon to me.
He's definitely a cool looking Pokemon. I agree with you on that. Yeah, don't know how much play he sees. He seems like he has some pretty good attacks. I mean, 130 for 3 energies, not too bad, or two fighting energy. Yeah, he's a stage 1 too, so that's not bad either. So
I'm
he's
excited for
evolution.
the V and the VMAX to come out of Grapploct because I don't understand how they couldn't. He's a real cool looking Pokemon. I mean,
Right?
he's a fighting type, and I know the Pokemon Company enjoys making. Well, I mean, they enjoy making every type, but a lot of people enjoy the fighting type, and I just think he'd be a devastating card.
Right? You gotta hope that they come out with a V Max or a V of Grapploct.
Yeah, and I believe I could be wrong on this, but I believe he's one of the only Pokemon that could have Octolock. It's a very that move is very native to Grapploct.
Octolock, huh?
Yeah, Octolock.
Yeah, he's definitely a cool looking Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
I won't doubt. I don't doubt that. So my number 8 Pokemon is the Executor. I like the Alolan Executor and I like the regular one. This is another one going back to the day when I was just playing base set. Um, he was by far one of the tougher Pokemon back in base set. Uh, for every energy back in the day, you were able to do 10 damage for every energy. So at that point, you dump all your energy on him and just devastate everybody. But it was 10 damage for. I think you got a coin flip for every
Yeah.
Pokemon. I'd have to take a look and see, but um, yeah, I used to love playing this Pokemon, and that's why he's making my number 8 uh, Pokemon on my list.
And then you also played the GX as well, correct?
Right. I also played the GX. Right now, the tag team is getting a lot of play. The Rowlet and the Alolan Executor. The reason it gets a lot of play is because of the super growth.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
basically
devastating.
lets you evolve your Pokemon for your attack. So everybody's playing that to try to evolve their Pokemon as they play. But I used to play the regular one too, the regular Alolan GX. And
Oh yeah, he was tough with the Venusaur from Shining Legends with the Jungle Totem.
right with the Jungle Totem, because you could do double damage because your attacks do 20 damage for the amount of energy, and with the Jungle Totem, all your grass energy was doubled. So uh, it was a really good card. And then the Execute kind of plays into that. He's the base form. Uh, he was played a lot when uh, back when he was in meta, and people were just playing the Executor and Execute. So
I also like a good I can't say it.
Execute or Executor.
Executor. I
Yeah.
also like him too. The Alolan form was on my competitive team for Pokemon Moon that I played. I also really like how they gave him the Alolan form because they didn't change his overall design too much. They added a dragon type in there, and they just made him look more like a palm tree than a little shrub, which I thought was really cool. Like they actually did.
Right. So there we go. That's our So far we're done with 8. We're both 8. Now we're going to number 7. Nick's gonna pull up his number 7, and but we're coming up with quite a few Pokemon here. And Nick is gonna give us his next number 7.
So my number 7 is Phalanx. Phalanx, I think, is a super cool looking Pokemon. I'd like to play him, but I don't think he's like quite at that caliber. I mean, the V is kind of weak. Like, he doesn't have a lot of HP. But I mean, the basic is all right. But
he does 210.
Yeah, but then you can't attack your next turn. I mean, the ability is all right, but the ability I had problems understanding that, so he wasn't as good as I thought he may have been.
Oh, okay.
But the Pokemon he looks so cool, and he's like Execute, but he can like separate himself, and then he could. There's like how many are there? There's like 7 of them, 6 of them, which I think are super cool. And he looks like the head of the robot from Real Steel, but you take away the mouth and you got the glowing eyes with like super cool looking helmet.
Yeah. So is he a new Pokemon then?
Yeah, he's from Generation 8.
Oh, he's a Generation 8 Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely a cool looking Pokemon. He's going to probably see a lot of play, I would guess, coming up in the new... Because he's fairly new, so he's going to probably see a lot of play in the new format. I wouldn't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, he's fairly tough. I mean, it does 20 less per each, so you could be resisting a max of 100 damage. So that's pretty tough. That's devastating. And then if you run 4 of the V and 4 of the basic, then your opponent's in for a rough time.
Yeah, right?
Along with being able to recycle them with various cards, which there are plenty of to do.
Yeah, I think he is a good choice. Cool looking Pokemon as a number 7. Definitely gonna see, like I said, definitely think he's gonna see a lot of play. Definitely good Pokemon too. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my number 7. And my number 7, a lot of people say it differently. I say Garbodor. Some people say Garbodor. What do you go?
Garbodor. I like Garbodor.
You like Garbodor?
He's a trash pile, and he
But I mean, so do you say Garbodor or you say Garbodor?
I don't say Garbodor.
Okay.
Garbodor, I think it's too similar to Gardevoir, and then you're confused.
Well, I got you. So, the Garbodor, so he's definitely one of the better cards.
Yeah, he did see a lot of play multiple times.
Yeah. And now he's coming back into play again.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
there used to have Trash Avalanche, which used to do a lot of damage.
I was always a fan of Trash Avalanche. I thought it was so cool.
There was a Sun and Moon card. So, but now he's coming back in Rebel Clash with the Poisonous Puddle. So once during your turn, if a stadium is in play, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon poison.
Yeah, that's pretty devastating, and especially with some like Toxicity now, or however you say them. I'm not a fan of Toxicity. I mean, the VMAX looks cool, but
right, or with the Grass Pokemon. There's a Grass Pokemon that doubles the poison counters on your.
Oh, that's pretty devastating.
On your Pokemon. I don't know. I'll have to look into that one and see.
Sure.
But like I said, that the Garbodor, he definitely seen play throughout the generations. Rebel Clash, and then going back, they had Trashlands, and then he also played. Also got a lot of play because of Garbotoxin.
Yeah, the tool lock was super tough.
Yeah, people really had a hard time with that, getting by that tool lock.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, other than being a giant pile of trash, he's still a pretty cool looking Pokemon. He looks like, to me, he looks like a giant mouse covered in stuff.
He's a garbage mouse, really.
Right? That's what he looks like.
With a club tail.
Right? Garbage mouse with a club tail. Yeah. I definitely see it. So
yeah, I'm a fan. I like the moss that's growing on his head.
There you go.
Or maybe that's just trash coming out of him.
Yeah, more trash. But that's why he makes my number 7 on my list.
He also has a really cool shining version. So my number 6 is Xurkitree or Exurkitree. I mean, I'm not really sure on the pronunciation, but I think, first of all, I think he looks epic.
Well, I mean, Exurkitree, you got the word tree in there, so, I mean, Xurkitree,
Yeah.
I'm in for that. That sounds about
Xurkitree?
right, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, first of all, he's a pile of cables, but they did such a good job like making him into a Pokemon. Like a lot of people don't like Vanillite or like Vanillux because they're just a floating ice cream cone, but he's not just a pile of cables. The Pokemon company did a really good job making him into like a Pokemon.
I mean, even his attack is Cablegram.
Yeah, which I think is very clever. And he saw play. I mean, I played him with Raichu GX. I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't. I'm not a fan of the Shining one, but that's a. I mean, the Shinings don't always need to be the coolest.
Right?
His ability was tough because it prevent damage done to this Pokemon from attacks with from your opponent's Pokemon that have any special energy, which was devastating because a lot of people played DCE back when it was in Standard.
Right, the double colors energy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it also lets you discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So if they're like low on your deck and you just need to finish them off real quick, you can use the Exurkitree to speed them up.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great one to have in Standard now with that ability, too, because so many people are playing special energies.
Oh yeah, the flash energy and
the
curse
flash
energy.
curse
Is
energy.
it the flash energy?
I think it's speed energy.
The speed energy? Alright.
And the curse energy. Not to mention the recycle energy, the memory energy, the weakness energy. I mean,
Oh yeah,
there's quite a bit of them. There's a twin energy.
Oh yeah.
So there's quite a few different type of special energies that would really affect his ability, or would really play into that quite well. I like the spiked head. That's
Oh yeah, it looks really cool.
one of the things too. The only thing is you don't know if you're really looking at the front or the back.
I mean, he has a tail.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. So I guess that is the front. There's no real defined face. It's a spiked head ball.
Yeah, I like the spiked head ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So my next one, number 6. I'm going with an oldie but a goodie. Good old Eevee. Just because he's been around forever, and
he's a classic.
He's a classic. And then he evolves into different types of Pokemon. I mean, he's just not a water Pokemon. He's not just a grass Pokemon. He's whatever you decide you want him to be. That's what he is. And he looks like a cute little dog, really. I mean, who's not to like a cute looking little dog?
That's a fair argument. I mean, he also fits in like everywhere too.
Right, you could stick him in any deck that you need to play that type of Pokemon. You're making a water deck. You can put Eevee in there with Glaceon.
Well, there's a few exceptions. Obviously, there's
the few
like Darkness and No, there's Darkness, but like Dragon and Steel and
Dragon and Steel, you would have a little bit of issue. Yeah, because we got Lightning, we got Fairy, we got
Psychic, Darkness,
Grass,
Water. We got two water.
We got two waters, but no Dragon and no Steel. Why, Pokemon, do we not have a Dragon and Steel evolution for Eevee?
Yeah, that'd be epic.
Why can't we do that? I think that should be done. We should make a Steel Eevee Pokemon. If Pokemon Company, if you're listening, hey, that's what we need to do. But that's why Eevee makes my list of number 6. That's why Eevee's on the list of number 6, just because he's a cute little dog. He saw a lot of play back when he had Energy Evolution.
The shiny one is cool too.
He is pretty cool. You put your one energy on of whatever color you wanted, and you could draw that you pull that Pokemon out of your deck, and Eevee would automatically evolve. So you get an easy first turn evolution of Eevee into Flareon, Jolteon, whatever,
Any of the evolutions,
whatever,
really.
well, yeah, whatever evolution that you wanted to use.
Yeah, he works everywhere, really. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that's why I like Eevee, and that's why I put him so far on my list is up there as number 6. I guess he could have been higher up on the list because he really is a good Pokemon, but I think 6 is high enough for Eevee for
Yeah,
me.
I think so. That's a good number for Eevee. It's a 6 because he's not the best. I mean, we could both agree on that.
Right?
But he's
So
he's a good one.
so let's go ahead with your number 5 and
My number 5 is Raichu.
oh wow, Raichu, good one.
Yeah, Raichu. I like Raichu for quite a number of reasons. One, so Pikachu is the mouse Pokemon, and he doesn't look much like a mouse to me. I mean, he has the overall like body, but he doesn't look as much like a mouse. Or Raichu really like they really bring it together with the Raichu, where he looks more like a mouse, I think. And I played him a lot. I played the basic. I play the stage 1 now, the normal, because he's super devastating, and I also played the GX because he does the same thing. The GX deck didn't run as smoothly, but I was still a big fan. And not a lot of people like Raichu. They like Pikachu more, but I am strongly against that.
Right, and Raichu, he's really one of the better Pokemon out there. He's been out for forever, and everybody used to play him base set too back in the day. Base set, he was a phenomenal card,
Oh yeah,
doing lots of damage to Pokemon.
yeah.
You can't go really wrong with Raichu. Don't get me wrong, he has his down times when they decide he's not going to be as playable. But right now he's really high in meta format and very playable in a electric deck. He gets a lot of play because it's easy to get him out there, and you're only losing one prize card if you lose a Raichu, but you bring him back another one and just do that much more damage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
And when I watched the show, I always wanted Ash's Pikachu to become a Raichu, but I wasn't sure that like in the game or in the show, the Pikachu needs to touch the Thunderstone to become the Raichu, and
right,
that's why Pikachu's such a good main Pokemon for Pokemon, like a mascot, because it can evolve by leveling up.
I gotcha.
But I always thought Raichu was way cooler than Pikachu, and Pikachu's just more well known, and I don't know. People say Raichu doesn't look as good, and it's just strongly disagreed with.
I see. Yeah, yeah. Um, that's too bad for people. I think you got a good one at number 5, Raichu. Um, definitely a really good choice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Raichu.
I'm sticking with the evolution. I know I said Eevee was my number 6, but I was a really big fan of Sylveon uh, back in the day. So I got to put Sylveon as my number 5. I played him a lot, and I really enjoyed playing him. You can almost base the deck around the Sylveon GX back in the day. Unfortunately, he's not seeing any play right now. Uh, Once again, he's another kind of cutesy Pokemon, and I think he's more out there for girls that really like that kind of cutesy type of
Well, that's the whole
Pokemon.
fairy type, I feel like.
You say the whole fairy type,
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, there's a few exceptions.
right? So I really like the artwork of Sylveon. I think every time you see a Sylveon art wise, it's really kind of a neat looking drawing or picture. I mean, every single one of them I see, I just really like it. Um, Once again, still kind of a little more. I'm sure they're trying to get more girls to play towards Pokemon when you see a Sylveon, but I don't care. I really like it.
I mean, yeah, I mean anybody. Like it's the ribbon Pokemon. He's super cool. It's very clever too, because you can use his like ribbons to grab things and all that.
Right? So that's why I put Sylveon up there. I played him a lot. I thought he was a good Pokemon. I thought he was good all around Pokemon for anybody that would be happy to play Pokemon, whether you're playing this game, or if you're playing any kind of game, Sylveon's definitely a good choice.
The shiny Sylveon too. He looks very cool. I like the blue instead of where the pink is supposed to be, and the pink where the blue is supposed to be. It looks very nice to me, just in general. So my number 4 is Vikavolt.
Vikavolt, huh?
Yeah, I really like Vikavolt. He looks so cool as an electric bug, and I used to play his Strong Charge ability, which lets you search your deck for Grass Energy and Electric Energy, and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Or
Yeah.
is it the same Pokemon? No, any way you like. So I thought that was super devastating, especially paired with the Raichu GX. And the GX sadly wasn't that fantastic, but every card has their ups and downs. Every Pokemon really, if they want to make a card out of it.
Now, I always really thought that Vikavolt looked like a kind of like a spaceship.
Oh yeah.
Just because he had such defined edges, squared, pointy, type of edges. So I always looked at him like, man, that's a pretty neat looking spaceship looking Pokemon. But you're right, he is a bug Pokemon. The more you look at it, then again, he does evolve from Charjabug, so that makes sense that he's uh, a bug Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm also a fan of Grubbin and Charjabug. I think they both look really cool. I think they're good prior evolutions to Vikavolt, because I think they're what a prior evolution should be, where it's like, it should look not as cool, but then when you get to the final evolved form, it just looks amazing.
Right, and then you got your Grubbin, who's a grass Pokemon, and then back to Charjabug, that's another electric Pokemon. Well, the Charjabug basically looks like a big square package.
With little horns.
Little, with little horns, yeah. So, and then the Grubbin, well, he looks like a Grubbin. What can you really say about that? So, but I think it's very interesting that Grubbin is grass, but then they go electric for the other two. Um, they don't go grass, electric, or maybe all electric because.
Well, I don't think in the game at all Grubbin has any electrical capabilities.
Okay.
So they'd have to kind of match that up. They couldn't just make him electric if he was never an electric type.
I got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon on this list. I think he's really cool looking, but if I were to see him in person, I'd be very, very, very scared.
Yeah, the Vikavolt, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Seeing him flying in the sky at me, I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
But good choice for number. What are we? Number 4? That was your number 4?
Yeah.
Or? Wow.
And then I also think he was very good in the games. He had very good speed stats, and he could just learn he had very good special attack too, and he could learn extremely powerful, a good assortment of attacks. Where I just thought that was very devastating.
Well, that's a good card to pick. So my next one is Shaman. I've always been a big fan. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's another little cutesy dog looking Pokemon.
Well, do you like well? I feel like that's a lot of mythic Pokemon though, because you have Hoopa Bound and Hoopa Unbound.
Right.
Where you got the little ringy Hoopa, and then you got the scary looking one. Shaman isn't the same, but I still think the
But he still looks like a little dog. I mean, how do you get away?
He looks more like a flowery hedgehog.
I guess he varies from picture to picture. Some of them he looks like a hedgehog. Some of them he looks like a flying dog.
Well, because he has the two different forms.
Right. So I mean, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And Shaman, I have always had a lot of fun playing Shaman. I know he's seeing a lot of play right now because they got a Shaman Prism that he does 30 damage for each basic energy, and with Rillaboom, putting energy out is real easy. So
oh yeah,
dropping energy out on your Shaman to play is real easy, and then also the Shaman with the Floral Heal is you're healing 20 damage to your active grass Pokemon. So if you're playing something that is taking damage, it's also a real good Pokemon for that. They also had
Oh, the EX.
the EX. Wow,
That
everybody loved the EX back in the day. Um, it had that ability to. Uh, you got to.
shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6.
Yeah, when you played him onto the bench, it was a great card.
Oh, draw until you have 6. My bad.
Yeah, so
And then his ability is attack 2 on top of that, would let you shuffle him back in, which is so devastating.
yeah, so you played him. He was easy to play. You did a little bit of damage with him. He only did 30 damage, but you were
All you
shuffling
needed
him.
at a DCE was back then, too.
Right, DC back in the day. So you just shuffle him back in real quick, and um, definitely, definitely good Pokemon to play.
Yeah, and then there was also the Shining Legends ones, which not a lot of people played, but I thought it was pretty cool, because for Grass Energy's attack Flippity Flap, it lets you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards, so if you're really in a tough spot, I thought it was really helpful, you know?
Right, it's definitely a good attack for 1 energy.
And I remember one time we were playing, and out of nowhere, you bring in your Shaman. I'm like, what are you doing? And you say, I use Rally Back. And I'm like, what in the world does Rally Back do? And so if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during your last turn, this attack does 90 more damage. So I got hit for a 120, and I believe that lost me the game because I wasn't paying attention to the goofy little Shaman on the bench.
Right, little rally back never hurts anybody.
Except for the defending Pokemon.
So definitely that's why I love Shaman. He's fun all around. I've played him in many different decks, and he's seen a lot of play, and he's still seeing some play. Maybe not as much as some of the other Pokemon that we've talked about, but I think he's still around in meta, maybe?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know at one point he was when he was healing, but I don't know anymore.
I think that Prism is being played with the Rillaboom. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he's seeing play with Rillaboom in Rillaboom decks. Whether it's the Rillaboom V or just the regular Rillaboom. Probably more of the regular Rillaboom with, once again, the Rowlet Executor combo and the
Yeah.
Rillaboom and then the Shaman. So you could just start putting your energies out there and having a bunch of energies and bringing the Shaman in and knocking out.
Definitely good since it
Whatever.
has free retreat too.
Yeah, and it's good to have out there with a free retreat.
Yeah. So my number 3 is Genesect. Now Genesect is first of all really amazing looking Pokemon, and he has so I always thought he was cool because he has like his battle form, and then he has his little flying hovercraft looking form. And so I played the Shining Genesect because that was just so devastating. And I also gave a shot.
Now the Shining one is a grass Pokemon.
Yes, I mean he's like a steel bug, I want to say, in the game. So
Yeah, generally he's metal
yeah,
overall.
yeah. But there's a few exceptions. I mean,
Right?
they made a few.
A few Genesects that are grass.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know that they made a Ace Spec card, and that was for the Grass Genesect. I forget what set the Ace Specs are in, but and then that did like 200 damage. So that's back in black and white though.
Well, and he's a real cool looking Pokemon. He's one of the only Pokemon that have a gun. Um, not many.
Yeah, he has a big old plasma blaster on his
Yeah,
back.
right on his back. So.
Well, because he was one of those like genetically modified Pokemon by Team Plasma or whatever.
Right, and he kind of looks like an ant a little bit. He has the tail of an ant side.
Yeah, and then he has a really robotic-looking face. He looks like a robot bug on his face.
Right, big buggy eyes, and no antennas, but you don't really need them. He has big plasma cannon to blast everything away, so he doesn't have to really worry about that. He does have kind of like a big spiky hand, which is kind of neat. So he's definitely a cool looking Pokemon. A lot of good play. On the Genesect GX, his ability allows the Genesect to have 2 tools on him.
Yeah, he was real good with the Doublade. The Doublade, he just played a few of the adventure bags or whatever. Then you'd attach to DC to the Doublade, and He just hit for big damage because he did more damage for every item that he had.
Oh, right.
I wish he was better, though. He's not the best. I mean, I don't think he ever made meta. And I like the way he looks, and I preferred playing the Shining Genesect over the GX, because I feel like I won quite a bit with him, quite a bit more than I did with the GX.
Yeah, I think it was a really good deck that you had back then
Yeah.
with the Shining. So, didn't you play the EX also?
Yes, there's one point where I played the EX. The EX I played in Solgaleo when he was a thing,
Oh, okay.
with the Garantina EX as well.
Okay.
And I enjoyed just playing the EX. Was a lot of fun too, just doing the more damage for each energy. And then before, even when I was just like, so also another one of my favorite cards for Genesect was the Generations promo. So I always thought that looked amazing.
Yeah, it's a full art card, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
You know, he has the plasma cannon. He's all purple.
There's really like emphasis on the light that's coming at him, and it looks like he's about to like stop a car or something.
Right, he's definitely cool looking Pokemon there, and definitely cool looking card. I agree with you on that. That's definitely cool. So I don't know if I've really seen that too much.
Oh yeah, and so he had a lot of play for me, and that's just why he made number 3 on my list. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think I played him more than Raichu, I want to say.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with another man, and maybe this is just me. These are the Pokemon that I like, but I'm a big fan of Mew.
Well, Mew is kind of classic. I mean,
right? Who doesn't like Mew?
Yeah, Mew is.
You know, he's been around since the beginning. You used to play him in the beginning in base set. Another card you could almost put in any base set deck, and he'd be okay. Mew now is.
Yeah, he has the bench block. I mean, he's not
right.
Not ideal bench block, but it's there.
Right. So a lot of people are still playing it. He's still getting a lot of play with the bench block.
Yeah, and his attack too is good for in like a tight situation where you need to do like say 10 to 30 more damage, because you could put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like.
And he's really good for spread damage too when you're playing a spread deck. He helps there too, because it doesn't matter what kind of spread deck you put him in, because it's any kind of energy you can put on Mew and do the attack. Plus with the bench barrier, it really helps to spread out that damage and protect you from getting more damage.
Yeah.
So, and if he's attacking, he's still doing, his bench barrier is still working. So he's always been a real good Pokemon. Another kind of cutesy Pokemon again.
I'm surprised that there was no standalone Mew GX.
Oh,
just
but
the Mew Mewtwo.
There is the Mew EX that got a lot of play back in the day too.
Oh yeah.
He was really good. People really played him a lot. His ability, this Pokemon can use the attack of any Pokemon in play. So if you had your Mew out,
it's similar. It's quite similar to the Mew Mewtwo.
Right. So you can use any kind of attack and anything that's out there.
It's good for the same reason that Mew Mewtwo is good.
Right. Now the Mew Mewtwo is obviously a little bit different. It's the GX tag team, so it's really still a good card. But that's why I like Mew. Seen a lot of play throughout the years, even from the beginning to now. You still see him play.
Always.
He does fill into meta as a great filler.
He's a good support Pokemon.
Definitely good support Pokemon. That's what I'd really classify him as a support Pokemon. Once again, another cutesy type of Pokemon. He's all pink. Huh?
A good number 3.
A good number 3. He's all pink with a big whippy tail.
I like the whippy tail.
I do too.
He has massive feet though.
Yeah. He's like a cross between a kangaroo with a giant tail, maybe.
No, I'd say it's a cat, because cats go like meow, and then a kitten would go meow.
All right. I guess we can go with that one.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my number 3. So just to recap,
Oh, you want
My number 10 is Rayquaza, and then I got Machamp as 9. Uh, Executor is number 8. The Garbodor is number 7. Eevee's number 6. Sylveon's number 5. Shaman's number 4, and my Mew is number 3. So I got 2 more left that I'm gonna give you, and Nick is gonna run down his
Yeah.
list.
So my number 10 was Garantina, 9 Magikarp, 8 Grapploct, 7 Phalanx, 6 Xurkitree, 5 Raichu, 4 Vikavolt, 3 Genesect.
And now we're gonna get to the top. The top ones are
The
top
top
two for Nick and for me. Definitely some really good cards are gonna come out these last 2.
Yeah. So my number
Wow.
2
Wow.
is Blastoise.
Blastoids.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've always liked Blastoise. He's my favorite starter, just overall with Squirtle. And when I saw Blastoise Piplup was coming out, I really wanted to make a deck out of it. And I always just thought he was so cool because he had the two guns on his back.
Another gun one.
Yeah, right in a row.
Another gun one.
And he was so tough because he had the deluge, and he could attach as many water energy as you like to your Pokemon. And I've never even saw this the secret rare one. He looks awesome.
Yeah, the secret rare one's pretty cool looking. What it is, all gold border with.
He looks kind of Nick, but he's purple.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the Dark Blastoid from back in the day, where he's pointing the blaster straight at you, so you're looking down the barrel of the blaster.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely a really cool looking Pokemon. But I agree, definitely should be in the top 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of my top 2, but I agree. Back in the day, base set, he was another devastating card.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he was one of my first like old cards that I had from like Jungle or whatever. And I like when when Dad he was like he came home and he's like, oh here, let's play Pokemon. I was like, whoa, how do you do that? I have the cards, but I don't know how. And I always wanted to make a deck out of Blastoise because I thought he was just so cool looking. And he was, when I was into like watching videos on how to draw Pokemon, he was one of the coolest drawings I made too, which I was always super proud of.
Yeah, that definitely cool looking Pokemon. A lot of good years that he's seen play.
Yeah.
Don't know if he's seen play with the, like you said, like the tag team, the Piplup and Blastoid. I know that he is seeing play with his powerful Squall.
Yeah, I don't know how much on that.
I think any kind of water deck is going to be playing him. Just because you're putting energy on.
Yeah, I guess the free energy, but he's a stage 2, so it might be a little slow.
Right, but with the rare candy, you're up there fast. I mean, if you're running your deck correctly, wow, that's a cool looking one. I've never seen that. The
greenish one, the light green.
With
the bubbles.
The Blastoid. It's the alternate art of the Blastoid Piplup.
That's not the alternate art. That's just a cool looking full art. It's the secret. It's the full art. It's the secret rare. That's not the rainbow.
Well,
we'll go with that.
No, that's the alternate art.
I thought that's the full art. That's the secret rare, and then that's the secret rare.
Well, this is the regular one.
Yeah.
And then this is the alternate art. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're right.
Yeah. So that's alternate art. But a lot of people are playing the Blastoid GX in their decks for with the regular Blastoid, so they get the energy out. And
the Blastoise GX looks so cool too.
Yeah, he definitely is cool. I like the regular one better than the full art and the rainbow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's just such a better design looking card. But his attack, he does 60 times in shuffle any number of water energy from Pokemon from this deck, and does 60 more damage for each card you shuffle into your deck this way.
Why have I not made that deck?
So if you're running that, and you have the Blastoid, the regular Blastoid, where you're easily putting energy out there, easy way to do it, to get it to play it. It's definitely a great one to play. The Giant Geyser, his GX move, definitely cool too.
The tank. You can't go wrong with the tank turtle.
No, right? With guns.
Yeah.
Well, water guns, water cannons. I mean, I don't want to call them really guns. They're
High pressurized water cannons.
Right? Definitely water cannons. So.
So what's your number 2? I'm excited to hear it.
So here's my number 2. Oh, my number 2 is one of the cards that I just love to play.
Oh, I should have expected this.
And it is Gardevoir.
Yeah, Gardevoir is it's really quite a cool one.
So he's one of my favorite cards. I played him a lot, and he really did a lot for me back when I was playing him as a GX.
Oh yeah, the GX was devastating.
So one of the things I like about him is, well, okay, so the big disadvantage was he was a stage 2 Pokemon. So that there was his big disadvantage. But you get him out fast, and he's just so cool. But I always played the GX. You got to put extra energy on your thing, and then he did 30 damage for every energy that was on your Gardevoir.
I'm also a big fan of the big chest spike that comes out of the Gardevoir. It looks very, very tough looking.
Very intimidating?
Yeah. For a Pokemon that's supposed to look more friendly like. When
Right.
It wants to be, I guess.
Right, it definitely has a big spike sticking through him.
Yeah.
Looking thing. But he kind of looks like a plant fairy type Pokemon. I gotta say it again. Another cutesy looking Pokemon. Man, my list is a bunch of cutesy looking Pokemon.
Well, I don't think it's that cutesy looking. It's a fairy type, but I think it's more of like a. It's hard to say. It's a psychic Pokemon. I wouldn't consider it cutesy looking. It's just a fairy Pokemon. I mean, I just leave it at that.
Right, and I don't know how much play he's really seeing right now, but maybe the tag team, the Gardevoir Sylveon, is out there. People are probably playing it.
It was played at once, I know.
I wouldn't say that it's meta or anywhere in the top tiers, but I think it's one of the ones that people like to play just for fun. As it is a good card, but I don't think it is one of the top cards. But like I said, I loved playing Gardevoir when it was meta, just the GX, and I really enjoy the Pokemon in general. It's really cool looking Pokemon. Looking.
I also really like the shiny. You picked all the good shiny looking Pokemon.
Oh yeah, right.
He has the blue instead of the green. I really like, and then the black instead of the white. Well, it's the Mega that has the black. And then the orange spike, I just think it looks so amazing.
Right, definitely cool looking shiny GX. The Mega was cool looking.
Oh yeah.
I always liked the way the Megas looked. They'll never come back out with Megas, but
well, I mean, they could do like some weird thing. They could go back to Megas after VMAX.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Megas. I like the Megas more than VMAXs.
Yep. And I can play my my Mega.
Your Mega
my Turbo Mega.
Mega Turbo.
Mega Turbo card to get an extra energy. So yeah, that was my number 2. So he was really good.
Yeah. So my number 1, the top of my list is Articuno.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, Articuno is just, first of all, just such a cool looking Pokemon. He has the 3 head icicle prong things, and he has the big long ribbon tail, and on top of that there's a blue bird, and I just don't understand how you don't love him, and
he was the original base set Pokemon too, so he seen a lot of play back in the day in base set.
Yeah, and I really liked his full art that wasn't the EX, and I didn't play it sadly, but I believe at one point before I was really into competitive, because there wasn't that good of a Articuno then. I knew I played the Find Ice because I thought it was so good that you could just get free use the Find Ice, and now with the Pidgey Pidgeotto control. You use the GX, and his legendary ascent, he's like a water Tapu Koko that's still in standard. And he definitely sees play, because I believe the control Pidgeotto came in top 10 in, I want to say, regionals. It could be worlds. I could be wrong on that. And his ability, Cold Crush GX, is also very devastating. Discard all energy cards from both active Pokemon.
Right? Definitely devastating.
Really just sets your opponent back.
And I gotta really see, looking at the artwork, I like the regular one better than like the full art or
Yeah.
The rainbow.
The secret.
Or just
Not the secret, but the shiny.
Well, nah, I might be partial to the shiny, but with the silver background as opposed to the all blue background. But
not
once
a fan
again,
of
I'm not really sure about the whole artwork in general on Articuno.
Yeah.
I don't think it does him any justice. I mean,
yeah.
As the regular artwork, he looks fierce.
Oh yeah.
Even like the EX.
The Plasma EX full art looks really cool.
Absolutely. And even like the regular one, he looks. I mean, over the years he's looked really tough, and I don't think the GX full art really makes him look as tough as we want him to be.
But he does look awesome in all the Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno tag teams.
Yeah, which is also a really good card.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah. I don't like the way Moltres looks in that too much.
Which one? That one?
He looks kind of weird in the full art. It looks like he's... I don't know. He looks kind of happy-ish. I don't really know what else to say. He looks like... I don't know. It's weird. He looks weird.
Yeah.
So, but I guess they're just having all the birds kind of squawk or chirp or something. But
whatever birds do.
Whatever birds do. But really, the coolest looking one is the stained glass looking one.
Oh yeah.
I really like that.
Well, I mean, they kind of I don't like how Articuno looks in the stained glass one though. His eye looks kind of dopey looking.
I think the stained glass in general is just kind of a cool, different
cool
look for Pokemon, which they never did before.
It's for a half set, so they kind of had to do something to promote it. To
right?
Buy their elite trainer boxes, because otherwise they're way too overpriced.
Right, because that's the only way you can get it is in a promo.
Unless you buy it separately at a local card store.
Right. So okay, well now that's your number one. Great number one, and then my number one, which we haven't talked about, which is just my favorite Pokemon overall. Which I'm sure you knew, Nick.
Yeah.
Mewtwo.
He probably knew my number one.
Yeah. Too, Mewtwo, he's been around since the beginning. The best Pokemon ever.
I don't know. I agree with that.
I mean, he's the ultimate Pokemon. I mean, he always looks fierce. He always, they draw him fantastic every time. You look at the artwork from the beginning to now, I mean, he just looks like he's ready to throw down with somebody. You're not going to mess with Mewtwo. That's it.
And in a Pokken tournament, I want to say, there's the Dark Mewtwo, and he's a Black Mewtwo, and that looks amazing. And I also, when you were searching up Mew, I learned that there was an Armored Mewtwo, and I was like, what in the world? And that is just so cool.
Right? A full art picture of Armored Mewtwo? Awesome. And definitely awesome looking.
I think they did a really good job, too, with both the Mega Mewtwo's. Because they got one that's more of a physical attacker, which is a fighting type, and then one that's more of a special attacker, which is more of a more just focused towards the psychic. And he was so devastating when he when he was in standard.
Right.
Because he did 30 more for each energy attached to all Pokemon.
Right, so you drop a double colorless on there and some energy, the damage built up real quick, and you're knocking people out real fast. I was playing the Mega Mewtwo deck, a lot of fun. That was back in when we were playing EXs. We switched over to the GX
when Sun and Moon was brand new.
Yeah, and then the Mewtwo GX. Just really not too good at all. They really didn't do Mewtwo justice for the GX, but then they came out with the tag team, and the
I like
tag.
the promo for the tag team even looks good, which promos normally don't, but like this one I really like because it's like it shows like Pokemon like having the personalities and it's like the exasperated Mewtwo with the Mew just laughing at him in the background,
Right?
which
So
I think I like more than the normal full art or even the normal super rare. Is there an alternate art or is it just a promo? Just a promo.
just a promo, it looks like. No alternate art for Mewtwo. So
Sick.
so that's it. That's it. That's where we end. Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Mewtwo is number one. Articuno is number one for you.
Yeah.
It was a great
Always will be.
great discussion on our top 10 Pokemon. Um,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing podcasts every week, and next week maybe we'll talk about the bottom 10 Pokemon that we dislike,
Oh, I have
or
already started thinking
maybe
about
we'll
those.
talk about one of our decks that we like.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll come up with something. We'll have this posted on. Hopefully, we'll get it on iHeartRadio. And then if you have comments or questions, you could check us out on HappyVana 2020 on Instagram. That's our Instagram page if you want to take a look there. But this
I'll
is
also try to get it on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Okay, we'll try
Yeah.
to post it on SoundCloud. So we'll have it in two different spots for people to listen to. If you like it, comment. If you don't like it, well, I guess that's that. But that's it. I'm Dan,
Okay. I'm Nick.
and that's it for us for today.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
See ya.